What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be starting episode 1 of my college football 27 dynasty mode series on the channel right now. So this is going to be anywhere between either a video style recording, or it's going to be potentially a stream too. I might bounce back and forth. I don't know 100% what I'm going to do yet, but this year we are going to be doing the Marshall Thundering Herd as my dynasty series. So before we get into this, I'm just going to say this. Yes, I am using my pre-order bonus through all of this. I know there's been a lot of pushback from the college football 27 community when it comes to the way the EA handle all the microtransactions and pushing all that in. I am only going to be using my pre-order bonus since I paid for it at the end of the day. But I will not be using any sort of other points or buying anything to upgrade my coach level. It's all going to happen naturally and organically throughout everything. And I know at the end of the day, this game still has its issues, like every game does. However, we're still going to have fun with it. The game is still very fun to play overall. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. And before we take a look at the schedule, we are going to take a look at the roster. So let's start off with looking at the quarterback room. So with the quarterbacks, we have what do we got? 5 quarterbacks on the roster right now. We have Carlos Del Rio Wilson, who is a redshirt senior. We have Zion Turner, redshirt senior. Luke Boswell, also redshirt senior. Khalil Wilkins, who is a redshirt sophomore, and AJ Fox, who is a true freshman. Now, the interesting part with this is going to be, who do I actually decide to start at quarterback? Because I love using a running quarterback 100%. That is my bread and butter. That is my go-to, being able to use a running quarterback. So Turner, Boswell, Wilkins, they're all going to be some players that I'm going to consider using. But I also would not be against starting Carlos Del Rio Wilson, and most likely someone like AJ Fox will end up getting redshirted at the end of the day. Moving to halfback, we have Joshawn Barbie, who is a redshirt senior. We have Marquise Boston, true junior. Forrest Meadows, who is a freshman, and Judah Price, who is a sophomore. I'm gonna try to work in probably using Forrest Meadows a little bit, because he needs conference prestige, and there's a possibility we don't hit that. But at least I know if I can give him some playing time, that would be really good. We're gonna try to use all 3 of these backs in certain situations. But yeah, no fullbacks on the roster, which who uses a fullback, unfortunately, is a very dying position nowadays. And in the NFL, not a lot of teams, or in the NFL and even in college football overall. Go to wide receiver. We have top wide receiver, actually tied for top, is senior Adrian Norton. We have DeAndre Tamarez. We have Chris Culliver, Christian Hamilton, Xavion Turner Bradshaw, Bruce Merriweather, and Nico Weedman. Now, this wide receiver room, it's not the fastest, but also not the slowest either. We got some good guys on this. The one thing I don't have is a big jump ball receiver. I like a big body receiver out there, but that's all right. This is the Sun Belt, so speed plays. It's all good. We don't need the big bodies yet. Tight end, we have arguably most likely, if not the best, one of the best tight ends in the Sun Belt, in Toby Payne, the redshirt senior. We have Joel Parsons. We have Tracy Stevens, Caleb Alexander, Chase Ortiz, who are both sophomores, and George Martinez, who is a freshman. Most likely, he will end up getting the red shirt this year. At tackle, we have redshirt senior Tariq Montgomery. We have Terrence Kirkland. We have Morris Holiday, and we have Jack Laird as our left tackles. At left guard, we have Marwin Diab, who is a redshirt freshman, actually. We have a whole lot of deal breakers on this team, too, which is not good. We have Robbie Martin, Isaac Clary, redshirt junior, redshirt sophomore for Robbie Martin. And then we have Corey Teal, who is a true freshman. At center, you got redshirt junior Roger Mills, redshirt senior Evan Ferguson, sophomore Eric Keys, freshman Matthias Barron, and redshirt freshman Andrew Dudley. At right guard, you have arguably one of the best guards in the Sun Belt, Jalen Slappy, redshirt senior. We have Easton McDonald, you have Luke Barnett, and you have Bruce Finch. Right tackle, you have Xavier Bosley, who is a redshirt senior. You have Javon White and William Sandfoss, who are both true freshmen. One of these guys is most likely going to end up getting a red shirt, or actually both of these guys will probably end up getting red shirts. Left edge, Morgan Wheeler, true junior. Jacarius Clayton, redshirt senior, and true freshman Vernon Rivers. He does not actually have a deal breaker, which is good, which means we can redshirt him, not have to worry about him leaving whatsoever. At right edge, you have redshirt junior Braden Ward, Cole Funderburk, redshirt freshman, junior Dante Beard, and true freshman Devonta McAllister. McAllister and Rivers are looking to be our future when it comes to the edge rushing position. Defensive tackle, you have Michaelan Warren, redshirt junior, Michael Williams, redshirt senior, Cam Shimura, redshirt sophomore, and Kenyatta Harge. Harge? I want to say Harge. I think it's Harge. As a redshirt sophomore. At our Sam linebacker position, you have redshirt senior Javay Gilmore. You have junior Drew Sexton, and you have true freshman Joe Amaya. At our Mike linebacker, middle linebacker, Arthur Peel, he's a senior. George Ray, redshirt sophomore. Kevin Hardesty, you have redshirt junior. Ryan Ayers, redshirt senior. Leo Malone, you have, who is a true freshman with 80 speed, so not bad speed for a Sun Belt middle linebacker. And Cannon Lewis, who is a redshirt sophomore. At will linebacker, you have Kelvin McBride, who is a redshirt junior, Jalen Marshall, redshirt senior, and Chasen Clark, who is a junior. At cornerback, you got Charles McArthurins, former Buffalo cornerback, actually, redshirt junior. He most likely will be staying because he has a playing time deal breaker, and he will be our starter. You have Dante Dickens. Nice. We got some dick on this defense. We love it. Redshirt junior. You have Eddie Pleasant, who is a redshirt junior. Caleb Clark Glover. Hopefully he can put the gloves on the wide receivers. He is a redshirt junior. Zaw Jackson. Love that name. Love that name. Redshirt freshman Chase Massey, redshirt sophomore, and Jason Haggerty, who is a redshirt junior. Coming in at free safety, we got Daytwan. I'm gonna say Daytwan Smith, who's a redshirt senior. Torrente Hinton. All right, I love when these names throw me for a little bit of a loop because it is awesome to learn how to pronounce these. He is also a redshirt senior. We have Carlos Brooks, who is a junior. Roy Bowers, redshirt freshman. We have Tashawn Jeter, redshirt junior, and we have Davion Kershaw, who is a true freshman. Who might get some burn, but I might just end up redshirting him because 89 speed already. That plays. Peter Shue. I'm gonna say Peter Shue. I think that's how you pronounce it. Redshirt senior. You have Joshua Pierre Lewis, also a redshirt senior. Tevin Brown. You have a sophomore, and then true freshman Cordell Gold. If all comes down to it, man, Cordell Gold and Kershaw are my two guys. At kicker, oh wow, we have two kickers, two redshirt freshman kickers. We have Ty Powell and George Diaz Nicholas. And then at punter, you have Cooper Heimbach, who is a true freshman. All right, this special teams unit is super young, and I love that. That is beautiful. So that is the roster. As you guys can see up top, we are 69, nice, straight overall as we look at the team right now. With my coach, I always go with a tactician just because I like the boost that you can get free game day. And then, yes, I will be also, while we're doing this, I'm just going to purchase Rainmaker. Like I said, I got it from the pre-order bonus. Come on, let me get in here. And we're just going to buy all 4 of these right now. I feel like these don't really do much, but it does kind of help you in the long run. And then with my points up front, I always like to build up our trenches to start off, because games are won and lost in the trenches. And I will say this: if you can win in the trenches, you can win the game throughout. So we like to see it. It is a little dark for what my camera is picking up. I just happened to notice that. That's all right. I'll do something for the next episode to get a little bit extra light in here. I did not really change the schedule. The only thing I did swap. So right now, if you're looking at the schedule, we have Penn State on the road. We have Middle Tennessee at home. We have Missouri State on the road. And then we're coming home to play Ohio. Now, this was originally supposed to be FCS East. I decided to change this game and make this a game against Ohio to give us another rivalry game in here. Because then to start Sun Belt play, we play James Madison, who is also a rival. We play Coastal in week 7, South Alabama at home, on the road against Old Dominion, on the road against Georgia Southern, a rivalry game against App State at home, Georgia State at home, and then end the season at Malone Stadium against UL Monroe. So a pretty easy, definitely this is like I could see 7-8 wins. We are going to input our sliders. I'm using Mat 10 sliders right now, so as things go along, I can always adjust them and all this, but this is Mat 10's current sliders. I just tweaked the interceptions a little bit for both me and the computer. When it comes to league settings overall, it's going to be on Heisman difficulty, 11-minute quarters, 17 minimum play clock. So that way you're not taking these games forever, not playing on coach mode, because we're playing these. Wear and tear is going to be on. These are the wear and tear sliders that I use. So normal tackle and catch tackle, both at 30. Hit sticks and cut sticks, I have them up to 40, because those harder hits should 100% be hits that you take more damage on. Defender tackle advantage impact, because this is because overall, this is more of a momentum tackle. It's not as hard of a hit as a hit stick and a cut stick. I have this at 35. Sack and block impacts are both at 30. Impact block, since it's a little bit more of a tougher, harder hit block, this is at 35. Per play recovery is at 30. I can always tweak this down a little bit if need be. Per timeout recovery is at 35. Between quarter is at 35. Halftime, since this is where I view it as players get to actually sit down, they get to relax, they get some stamina back, get some Gatorade in them, get some chewables, maybe eat an Uncrustable or something. Boom, we put this at 40. Week to week impact, I toned this down from 50 down to 45, because I feel like this, you should get a little bit extra recovery week throughout the week. And then in-game healing reserve pool is bumped down to 30. That way that we're not over recovering, but also at the end of the day, we're still getting some recovery throughout the game. I think actually for max transfers per team, I'm going to bump this down to 15, and I'm going to keep everything else the same, at least for right now, because we are we're not that great of a team right now, and I don't want to be losing all of my best players just for no reason, We're going to be losing a lot of players this first season, because we got a lot of seniors on the roster. We got a lot of top-end seniors on this roster. So I don't want to lose every single player on my team. So we're going to bump this down to 15, make it so we're at least somewhat competitive come year 2. And then once we recover from all these seniors leaving, I'm going to bump this back up to 20. But I think just for this first year, we're going to put it to 15, kind of see what the roster looks like come next year, and then we can always kick back. I have auto progress players off, because I will be doing all of the player progression on throughout this. I don't want them to upgrade into stupid shit or anything like that. And then before we head out, I've already done this off screen. I'm not hiring anyone extra in the staff. Maybe I might put a fundraising coordinator, because this gives us or I might do an assistant contractor now. Hang on. I want to make sure that I have, because as you can see, it says up there Dynasty points is at 215. Oh, you can't see it because of my camera. So it says my Dynasty points is at 215. However, The NIL I can hand out is at 765. So that's kind of where we're sitting for this. I might actually move this camera over a little bit or move it down to the bottom. I'm gonna keep it up top. It's cool. So yeah, actually what I think I'm gonna do is I am going to hand out, for at least this first year, we're going to get a fundraising coordinator. Yeah, we're gonna get a fundraising coordinator because that's actually gonna give us extra Dynasty points come next year. And the better that you do, the more Dynasty points you get, which in turn also means the more NIL you get. So if you guys don't know, you cannot hand out NIL early on anymore. You can only scout players early on. So when it comes to looking at quarterbacks, right now I'm only gonna highlight my really top end guys that I'm looking at. Brett Brownlee, he is a 6'2" dual threat quarterback. This is my ideal quarterback build. The dual threat, not the pure runner, not the pocket passer. I think the dual threat gives you a little bit of best of both worlds. He has 86 throw power, 86 speed. I have two other quarterbacks on here. I'm not going to really worry about, scouting or anything. Running backs, I need to try to find another running back because I would like to have somebody else in this room because I just have a feeling like these guys are going to be so goddamn slow. I have this 2-star wide receiver right now, Miles Chekwa, 6'2". He's a gritty possession guy, 80 speed, not the greatest. Hopefully we can hit the portal pretty hard. We have Santiago Vizcaíno. He's very slow as a gritty possession guy. I'm hoping that Braden Beebe, I might add a couple extra 3-stars on here. I'm going heavy, and I mean heavy, on these offensive linemen because, like I said, games are won and lost in the trenches, regardless of if it's defensively or offensively. You need to build the damn trenches, man. And as a former offensive lineman myself, I know a thing or two about the upfront play. And that's why we're hitting this really hard. We got some big dudes in here. Chauncey Roby, 6'7", 287 pounds, an absolute animal coming out of high school. We love it. And then this guy, Evan Pitts from Cleveland, Georgia, 6'7", 282. He is a mountain, and we love that. We have also 6'5", Coco Belton, 6'5", 285, and then 6'4", 301, right tackle, Samuel Isago. So these are the three that I really would like to get because I always view it as you can get right tackles, you can get tackles and move them inside. You never want to move a guard to tackle. You would always want to move tackle to guard, guard to center. No guards, no centers on the board. Edges, I got two of them, 6'4" edge and a 6'5" edge. Defensive tackle, we got three of them in here, two at 6'4", two at 6'2". I haven't really scouted them because they're just 1-stars. Artie Demento, I already know he's a bust, but he's a 3-star and he will play. I know it. And then you have Dean Aragon, 6'3", signal caller, middle linebacker. Didn't really need a middle linebacker, but I figured let's scout him anyways. And then for corners, I love size. I'm on my cornerbacks. So two 6'1" guys and a 5'11" guy. Desmond Naylor, 5'11", Nick Pepper at 6'1", and Rice Grubbs at 6'1". No free safeties, but I got 4 strong safeties in here. Coates and Marr are both 1-stars, and then we have Corbin Gunter at 5'11" and Calvin Sandridge at 6'1". Sandridge with 88 speed is really good as well. So yeah, that's our recruiting board. That's the early season breakdown and stuff. Offensively, I would need to take you to the playbook screen, which, you know what, screw it. Let's take a look at it because I got a custom playbook that I'm running. I went through and created. It's a bit of a mixture of, as you guys can see, yes, I'm an Ohio State fan. Nope, that's not it. That's not the right one. I have went through, created multiple different playbooks, but the playbook that I am running, and we're always gonna move through some things, is this one right here. So heavy on pistol. So we got goal line. Obviously, we have our I formation. So I form wing and I form Hulk. I like power runs. So we're a heavy power, run big out of heavy power, pass out of every formation. Pistol, we got pistol spread, ace heavy overlook, double stack, flex bone, run a little bit of option in here. got to keep it mixed up a little bit of a modern day option look. Bunch tight end, bunch, full house, deuce, another flex bone, strong, and then bunch open. Going in the shotgun, this is where a lot of our formations actually come from. So we got wing pair, got to throw a little bit of wide in there to spread out, make him defend every blade of grass. So wide five wide receiver, bunch tight end, bunch strong nasty, wide stack, five wide tight or 5 wide receiver tight. It's a new formation this year. Got a gadget package in here, spread, double flex, double wing, power I tight, another new formation that's out of the West Virginia playbook. This is very good for runs. Normal Y off close, trips tight end, bunch quads offset, bunch X nasty, standard wide, trips X nasty off weak, normal flex snug, empty bunch tight, ace, wing tight nasty, trips X nasty, wide bunch, and cluster. Out of single back, we got wing X off, wing stack, bunch X nasty, ace wing heavy, U off stack, bunch, wing pair heavy, bunch tight end, and toad X nasty. And then we throw a little bit of the old school, we throw the wishbone in there with the tight. This allows us to run with a fullback and 2 other running backs while still getting a little bit of passing out of it. So that's the playbook that we're looking at. That is everything when it comes to the Dynasty for Marshall. I don't know when the first episode is going to be. I do have to get it recorded. But overall, yeah, that's what we're looking like. We will get into our first game against Penn State in the next episode. Yeah, so we got Penn State on. We're going on the road to go to Beaver Stadium to play Penn State. That'll be the next one. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Go Herd.